Shalom Aleichem. A lot of familiar faces. Okay, Rabbi Sai. What is special about today? Oh, Baruch Hashem, somebody else. Okay. We're not talking about the eclipse. Maybe we'll get to that later, I don't know. What day was the world created? What day of the year was the world created? First of Nissan? What? It was created, which day was the creation of the world?
Day of the week.
Keller said, first day of Nissan. Very good, a week before Nissan. Do we have any other answers? Rosh Hashanah, Givaldik. Okay, so who's right? So this is a machloikis in the Gemara, major machloikis in the Gemara. B'Nisan nivra olam, b'Tishrei nivra olam. Was the world created on Aleph Tishrei, or was the world created on Aleph Nisan? Now, what's your name? Meir Rosenbaum had a good kasha though. What do you mean? It was created already, Chafei. The sixth day is Aleph. What do you mean, Aleph Nivra? The answer is that the Bria Sa'olam, the creation of the world, is defined by when Adam was created. Because everything else really is here to serve Adam. Unlike many of the PETA experts believe that we are here to serve the animals. The animals, of course, there is a din, Tzar Balachayim. You're not supposed to be cruel to animals. You're supposed to have Rachma Val Kol Masa. Thank you very much. Yashikayach. No sugar, right? Givaldik. Black coffee. Very good. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Ha'olam Shakol Niyeh B'Dvarei. So, Adam is the purpose of the world, and therefore the day of creation is defined by the day that Adam was created. Now there's machlokes in the Gemara. Rabbi Lezer, Rabbi Shua. Rabbi Lezer says, like, person that was here.
Right here?
Yeah, what was his name?
Meir Simcha.
Meir Simcha said that it's Rosh Hashanah, and Rosh Hashanah we say Hayoim HaRasaylam, which simply is saying that today is the day of creation. Rabbi Yeshua says, like as he said, that it's Aleph Nisan is the day of Bria Sa'olam. The world was created Aleph Nisan. We paskin like Rabbi Yeshua. We paskin Aleph Nisan Nivra Olam. So tomorrow is the day of creation of the world. When is the Geula going to happen? Which month are we going to be redeemed? So the Gemara and many people don't know this part of the machlokes. This same machlokes, Rabbi Lezer, Rabbi Yeshua continue the machlokes. Rabbi Lezer says, "B'Tishrei Nivra Olam, the world was created in Tishrei, and the Geula will happen in Tishrei." And Rabbi Yeshua, who we paskin like, says, "B'Nisan Nivra Olam, u'B'Nisan Hasidin Lehigoel." What is their machlokes? What's pshat in the machlokes? So we would like to explain the machlokes a little bit, and hopefully, through it, we'll get some inspiration to take with us as we go into Nisan, as we go into Pesach. I once heard a hara, I don't remember who the source is. We have an avodah that we do, Yom Kippur time, Yom Noraim time, and we have an avodah that we do Pesach time. There's a basic difference between the two. Pesach, we use fire. We burn the chametz. There's a mitzvah al bir chametz. The bracha we make by bedikas chametz is not on the bedika. Why? Because the bedika is not the end of the mitzvah. That's not the objective. The purpose of it is you check and find the chametz in order to burn it. So you make a bracha already the night of bedika al bir chametz. Fire is the method that we use to prepare ourselves for Pesach. And how do we prepare ourselves for Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur? We go into a mikveh. Ma mikveh mitaras atmeim, af HaKadosh Baruch Hu mitaras Yisrael. Right? So we are mitar ourselves in water. What are we supposed to take out of that? What's the difference between these two methods, whether it's fire or whether it's water, that we're preparing with? So I want to share with you an unbelievable vart from Rav Tzaddik. He doesn't talk about that, but he just links together another machlokes, Rav Elazar, Rav Yeshua. Rav Elazar, Rav Yeshua have another machlokes in Perek Chelek. In the last Perek of Sanhedrin, if you ever want Geschmack, I got to ask your Rebbeim, and a Gewaldige Yashikech to Rosh Hashiva for the opportunity, and Reb Shlomo Nussbaum for calling me a Gewaldige. You have unbelievable staff. Meisels, Reb Parmet, and where's Reb AJ? He's with the Chaver outside. Okay. There's machlokes in Perek Chelek. Chelek is, if you want Kishmak Agarata, go to Chelek. It's 20 blot, the end of Masechah Sanhedrin. The Gemara on Daf Tzadik Zayin says a machlokes between Rav Elazar and Rav Yeshua. Are we going to have Geula even if we don't do tshuva? Or is it only if we do tshuva? Rav Elazar says, Einan nigolin ad shiasu tshuva. There will be no Geula until there is tshuva. And Rabbi Yeshua disagrees with it. So we pass like Rabbi Yeshua, Baruch Hashem. I hope. According to Reb Tzaddik at least. I don't know otherwise how we pass him. Rabbi Yeshua says that Avada was supposed to do tshuva, but there's going to be a geula regardless. Zok Reb Tzaddik that according to Rebbe Elazar, it's all one shita. The world will be nigal in Tishrei, and you need to have tshuva for geula. So if geula is something that is a byproduct, is a result of tshuva, when is the zman for geula? Tishrei. That's the zman for tshuva. Masha'en kain, if you don't need tshuva, even without tshuva, we will be nigal. So then the time for geula is Nissan. He doesn't explain though, what is it about Nissan? What's so magical about Nissan? What is our avodah in Nissan? What are we trying to do in Nissan? So Nissan just means, okay, I could chill and I don't have to do anything? What is Nissan? If you only remember these 4 words, that would be great, and I doubt anybody here will remember these 4 words. There's something called Isarusa de la Eila, and there's another thing called Isarusa de la Sata. There is an inspiration that we get sometimes that we work on. We're working on a tshuva and everything, and from us, we create a certain inspiration. And sometimes HaKadosh Baruch Hu has Rachmanas on us, as Bnei Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, and Hashem says, you're not really any place, but for example, what they call the beginner's luck, right? You ever went bowling with somebody that never went bowling, doesn't know how to bowl, and he just gets a strike, and it didn't make any sense. That's an Isirusa de Laila. It's not a worked-on strike. It just happened like that. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Nisan is the time for Isarusa de Laila. Pesach, the Sfarim explain, is the time for Isarusa de Laila. It's the time where Hashem showers on us a certain inspiration, even if we're not really on that madrega. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives it to us. And that's what happened in Mitzrayim. We were in the 49 Shari Tumah, the 49 levels deep in Tumah. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, I see you doing Damila. Great, we have something. I see you doing the Dam of the Korban Pesach. You're doing something. I'm going to get you out of here. And he does everything. And then we have to start working. Meaning, even according to Rabbi Yeshua, it's not going to be a free ride, Gula. But he's just saying that even if we didn't do tshuva, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will do an asarusa de la'ela, will give us a geula, and then we'll start working on our tshuva. Then we'll get into the tshuva in earnest. We might be in a situation like a Mitzrayim, and I think many of us can relate to this. They were so deeply stuck in this quagmire of Mitzrayim that how are we going to get out of it? The only way to get out of it is HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows what our potential is. HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows that it's being in the Ummah Sa'olam for 2,000 years, and all that tumah having saturated us, that now we're way down. He'll do a geula, and then we can start to develop. Then we can start to do our tshuva, as we did by Pesach, where we came out of Mitzrayim, and then for the next 49 days, we kept on elevating ourselves out of another level of tumah until we were mamish on a very high level at Matan Torah. That might be the idea that Nissan is really holding. Meaning, Nissan is the time for a beginning. It's the beginning of Klal Yisrael. Yitzchak. Klal Yisrael started to be made. Right? The whole story with the Malachim coming to Avram Avinu. The birth of Klal Yisrael is in Nissan. Rabbi Yeshua says the birth of the world is in Nissan because the world was created for Klal Yisrael. So the birth of the world was in Nissan, the birth of Klal Yisrael is in Nissan, and eventually the Geula, hopefully, will be this month. The Geula is going to be in Nissan, and then we'll get to work on it. So sometimes we might ask ourselves, are we really worthy of the Geula? That's not a relevant question. It's not a valid question. Of course, we have to work on ourselves to be ready for the Geula. But even if not, Bein Ru'in, Bein Einon Ru'in, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will bring that Geula. And that's what we remember on Pesach. Maybe this gets back to what we asked before. Water you use when you're trying to clean something. You have something, you want to clean it up, you want to polish it, you wash your car. When you want to get rid of something and start again, a fresh new start, you burn it. You burn everything that was, the whole past is gone, and it's a fresh new start. That's what Pesach is going to be for us, regardless of whether Mashiach comes or not. It's a time for a new start. I once heard a gewaldige pshat in the machlokes between Rabbi Yeshua and Rabbi Lezer. Rabbi Lezer understands that the world was created as a full world, in maturity, in a state of maturity. When is the world full? When are the trees fully grown, in full bloom, and the fruit are fully developed? That's Rosh Hashanah time. That's before Sukkot. Right? Sukkot is called Chag HaAsif, when you gather in the fruit and you bring them in. The time that the world is complete is Tishrei. And Rebbe Lezer holds his shita is that everything has to be that way. The world was created complete. Klal Yisrael is going to be nigel complete. And that's why Klal Yisrael has to do tshuva before the Geula. Whereas Rebbe Yeshua understands the world was created in its infancy. It's just starting to blossom. It's the spring. Trees look bare. It wasn't created as a complete world. And it just starts to blossom. HaKadosh Baruch Hu creates it, and then it starts to grow. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to be goylas in Nissan, according to Reb Tzaddik, even if there is no tshuva, and then we will grow. HaKadosh Baruch Hu redeemed us from Mitzrayim in Nissan, from the Mem Tes Shari Tumah, and then we started to grow. Fresh starts are gewaldig. And this maybe doesn't need it, but for a lot of us, it was a long winter. It was a 6-month winter. When do you finish yeshiva? No. I'm talking about for Pesach. Thursday. So make it to Thursday, and then allow yourselves to recharge, to get a fresh start. Don't be busy working on how I'm going to fix myself up. Fresh start when you come back. New, in full, in blossom, newly blossoming individual. And Be'ezus Hashem, we, Klal Yisrael, should be zeicha, that this month should be the Chodesh HaGeula, and this year should be the Shnas HaGeula. And we should be zeicha afterwards to live up to the potential that we carry. Yes, please, any questions? Yeah. I just don't answer any vape kashal Pesach questions. They probably don't know what vape is.
The other day, Elif here.
Actually, I have a question. With animal food and stuff, are you allowed to use stuff that's kidneys or?
Yes. Good question. No problem.
Really?
You're allowed to own kidneys in your house. You just should not prepare any kidneys in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Kidneys, the only gezerah that they made on kidneys is that we cannot eat kidneys. There's no problem owning it. What's your name?
Shia?
Shia what?
Evans?
Shia Evans. Good question. Very good. Any of you doing b'dikas chametz? You're going to do streifas chametz? Are you going to burn chametz on Erev Pesach? You own chametz? Are you just going to be there with your father and watch like the 6-year-olds? What? So then you're not going to be doing beer chametz. Why don't you ask your father if he could be so kind as to give you a piece of chametz? Get a piece of chametz from whoever it is. You get a piece of chametz. You're kind of, it's your chametz, and then you burn it, and you get a mitzvah of streifas chametz. And make sure to put it in with enough time to finish burning before this manis or chametz. Any other questions? Got it all settled. Okay.